let's see. Wow, that was quick. Lucky X Gaming, welcome to the live stream. So I just got on a little early to make sure that everything's working. Can you hear me well? I got the mic set up right here. Let's see, I'm gonna check my phone. Wow, that was quick. Lucky X Gaming, welcome to the live stream. So I just got on a little early to make sure that everything's working. Can you hear me well? Got the mic set up right here. All right, sounds like I could hear pretty well. Vintage Fan Collector. It's been good, my friend. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a really long time. So I'm gonna try to make the best of this. How are you doing, Vintage Fan Collector? King's Dominion was fun last year. Didn't ride the coasters, but got some footage. Why didn't you ride the coasters? Pulling up some of the stuff for today's live stream. We're going to be talking Busch Gardens and their 2022 season. Busch Gardens Theme Park, Williamsburg. All right, so we're checking out the events, and also today we had a ton of announcements. Well, not a ton of announcements, but we had two pretty serious announcements coming out of Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and we'll talk about those closer to the end. We're first going to go through everything in like a nice order here. I'm just pulling up the website so we can talk about it. But yeah, they released some info on the new ride, Pantheon. Let's see here. Trying to adjust everything on my screen. And we're going to be hitting the ground running around 8 o'clock. So we're just chilling right now. Wasn't ready, too nervous. When I ride the Finnegan Flyer at Busch Gardens, I'm going to scream throughout the whole ride. So do you not ride roller coasters typically? Yeah. Alright, I think I got enough space here for the stream as well as the info that we're going to be talking about today. What's the next event that's your favorite? I forgot. The haunt season is the favorite time of the year for the channel. So that's my first and foremost love, but my second favorite is actually what's coming up this weekend. So starting this weekend at Busch Gardens, which is what we're going to start off with, we got the Mardi Gras season taking off. It's because at night I can't see the track and be afraid I'm going to fly out. They're pretty safe. If you could believe me, I'll tell you, the likelihood of you falling out is very, very little. How's the audio, guys? Audio good? 7:48. You guys got on a little early, so we still have 12 minutes up till we start. Levon Fievel, welcome. What's that mean? VOMRED. Levon, I'm not sure what you meant to say there. Fomred. Vintage fan collector. Also, I'm ready for Toombili at King's Dominion. Yes, Toombili more than likely is going to be opening up with the park, but today we're not talking about King's Dominion. But so far, if you guys haven't done so far, or haven't done so yet, I did put on the community tab on my channel a poll for what video would you guys like to see this week about which park. And then if you have any ideas, comment down in the comments for that particular poll on the community tab. So go check that out if you haven't done so already. At the moment, it does seem like King's Dominion is leading, so we might be getting a King's Dominion video in the probably Wednesday this week. 51% of the people who have voted have chosen King's Dominion. Busch Gardens has 30%, and Universal Studios has 19%. Brittany Phillips. The volume's a little low. Alrighty. Let's see. Maybe I could bring this a little closer. Come closer. Come closer. Okay, I'm gonna have to make some moves here. Okay. Boom. Boom. That's definitely a lot closer. And now the mic's gonna kind of be in my way. Let's see if I could also raise it over here on my streaming software a little bit. Alrighty. Hopefully that's a little better. Guys, if I'm having any audio issues, please let me know now so I could address them before we hit the ground running at 7:51. All right, not at 7:51, at 8 o'clock. So we got 9 minutes to iron out all the kinks. How's that, Brittany? Come closer. Come closer. And I just can't feel my... Better? Okay, cool. Thank you very much. All right, still 9 minutes to go. How many people we got on? Looks like we got 4 people currently watching. Appreciate you guys getting on a little bit early. It's always helpful when I have somebody on to tell me if anything's going wrong, because that's what I'm doing when I get on early. I'm just addressing all the kinks, and typically they're audio. Not because the mic that I'm using isn't good. It's just because I don't know what level to set the streaming software to. I don't want to blow your ears out, and I also don't want to whisper, so... All right. Looks like we still got 4 viewers on. Oh, looks like it went up to 7. And guys, while we're at it, make sure to like this live stream. It goes a really long way at helping the channel out. So like the live stream. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And then once it's done, make sure to comment in the comment section. I always reply, and I always take a look at all the comments, and I appreciate them greatly. The more comments, the more likes that a video has, the more likely it is to get pushed out on the YouTube algorithm. So just for growth's sake, it helps out the channel greatly. Can I pop this out? Pop out chat. There we go. There we go. Now that it's popped out, I can't close this. Okay. What if I want like this? Still looking like we got 7 minutes to go before we start talking today, guys. Once again, we're going to be talking about all the special events coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg this year, as well as we're going to be talking about the announcements that came out today about their new ride. We had 2 announcements coming out about that ride, and we're going to talk about them both. But we're going to do that towards the end, okay? We're going to try to go in order as the events go, and then talk about that at the end. You weren't selected. Thanks, Newegg. Thank you, Lucky X Gaming. Kevin, welcome to the live stream. We still got a few more minutes to go. 6 minutes. I want to start right at 8. Just to be sure that, you know, everybody who intended to come at that time doesn't get surprised by the fact that we started a little bit early. I just get on a little bit early so I could address some of the audio issues and whatnot. So, in the chat, let me know who lives here in Northern Virginia or fairly close to like Busch Gardens area. Got 8 people watching. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. It's always a good time. I actually enjoy doing these. I'm not going to say more, but I enjoy doing these a lot. The interaction with you guys. I don't get to interact with you guys too often. And when I'm at the park, you know, I do get to see some of you guys in person, but I don't get to see all of you guys in person. I do enjoy when you guys come and say hi. I carry around pins with me. So they're on these little cards here that have a QR code, and I do give them out. Anybody who says hi to me and recognizes me, I try to always give something, and this is the best thing I got, an edutainment pin. Let's see who we got here. Nicole D, welcome to the chat, and welcome to the live stream. I love Busch Gardens food and wine. Last year was not great, but was not great. Year before or whenever they last had it before that was amazing. So hopefully it will get back to that this year. You know, I understand if it wasn't what you expected last year, but I thought, first and foremost, Busch Gardens was the only park that was open all year round last year. So kudos to them, and they did what they did the most that they could. Not that I'm trying to combat your point. I think you're making a good point, but I give them a little bit of leeway in their situation. So Lucky X Gaming, you live locally? We're a few hours away in Maryland. Maryland, I love Maryland. I don't go there too often, but that's not far at all. April Bauer, hello April. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the chat. We got 3 minutes to go before we start off. Today we're going to be talking about Busch Gardens Williamsburg and all their special events, as well as the 2 announcements that came out today for their new ride. Brittany Phillips, I live 20 minutes from Busch Gardens. Oh, lucky you. See, for me, it's like 2 hours. So the fact that you see me posting videos almost every weekend when I'm out there, take that into consideration. It's 2 hours there and 2 hours back for a video. I do love going to the park, though, so I probably would be doing it even if it wasn't for a vlog. But it is a nice distance away from where I live. I'm like 30, 40 minutes away from King's Dominion, though. So let's see. I still love them, and I hear what you are saying. Oh, thanks, Nicole. See, we could be civil people here. But my favorite time at the park is Mardi Gras, and that's where we're going to start today in today's video. Virginia Beach. Okay, cool. That's pretty close to Busch Gardens. All right, we got 10 people watching. Everybody, thank you so much for jumping on. I really do appreciate you guys getting on here. Like I said earlier, it's not it's not like I like doing this more than I like doing my vlogs, but I do like interacting with you guys, and unfortunately I don't get to do it too often. Even though I do see you guys in the park, it's very few of you at a time. This is a space where we could get a group together, kind of build a community, the Edutainment Nation, I like to call it. We could have some cool chats. You guys could ask me some questions. I'm thinking about doing a QA. I did a Q&A. I did a live stream at Busch Gardens about like 2 weeks ago because I forgot my memory card for my camera. And so I improvised and started doing a live stream, and a couple of you guys said you would like to see a Q&A. And you guys also had some other pretty cool ideas. One of you actually mentioned people sending me or submitting their videos of themselves at the park experiencing certain like rides, and then me commenting on those videos, which I thought was a really interesting idea. All right, Nicole D, Halloween event. The Halloween event was great. We only got to do 3 houses due to the flooding, sadly. At Busch Gardens, you had flooding the day that you went? Interesting. Are you going this weekend? Well, this weekend is opening weekend of Mardi Gras. My second favorite time of the year, so that's a high likelihood. All right, I'm going to quit talking like a weirdo and just talk like a normal person. All right, guys, it's 7:59, so we're going to get the ball rolling. We got 10 people on. Once again, thank you guys for jumping on. In today's live stream, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Busch Gardens Williamsburg and their 2022 season, all the special events that are coming, as well as some announcements that came out about their new ride. Well, 2 announcements that came out about their new ride. Let's get into it. Let's see. Alrighty, guys. It is 8 o'clock. Welcome to another video. And as always, thank you for tuning in. So you guys are getting kind of that natural intro that I do in all my vlogs. Welcome to another video, guys. And as always, thank you for tuning in. But before we start, my name's Eddie, and this is Edutainment, your one-stop shop for all things theme park, travel, and holiday events. So if that's your thing, I'm like stumbling on my words. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos, and like the content. And as well, comment down below. I always like interacting with you guys, as well as these live streams. Let's see. Just flooding on the trails for 2 of the outdoor houses. Oh, that's a shame. I got to do all the houses a few times for Halloween this year. It was a really good event. But if you enjoyed Halloween, you should try to diversify and check out some other stuff locally. We won't talk about that today because today it's all about Busch Gardens. But starting us off, so I have basically the website pulled up in front of me. As of now, as of this date, we actually already experienced one of the events of this year, which was the Winter Weekends. I went to the Winter Weekends. One of the days I live streamed at the Winter Weekends. The other day I did a vlog. Those 2 are out already on the channel. I had a blast. So the first day when we went, we live streamed, walked around the park, got an opportunity to talk to all you guys, which kind of kept me really occupied. But I took you around, gave you a quick walkthrough, probably about like 40 minutes walking through Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Had a really good time interacting with you guys, but then I had to return because the reason why we did that live stream was because I forgot my memory card over at my house, and my house is 2 hours away, so I wasn't going to drive back to get the memory card and do my vlog that day. I decided improv, and I pulled out my phone and we did a live stream. But when we followed up, we actually went back. The first day we did some of the shows where they had the like the different animal I forget the name. It was like advocates or something of that nature, where they were doing presentations and talking about different animals, their habitats, and how we affect their habitats and how we could help preserve their habitats, which that show was actually really cool. The guys that were up there, it was 2 guys, I forget their names, but they did a really good show as well. It was at the Globe Theater, and they had some really cool animals. But the second time that we returned to actually do our vlog, we were there at the Winter Weekends to actually walk around the park and do the scavenger hunt, which I enjoyed greatly. The scavenger hunt basically took you around where they had different silhouettes of different animals throughout the park with a bunch of clues on a sheet. It was completely free to do the scavenger hunt. Every time that you found one of the animals, you took a picture of this QR code that told you a little information about these animals. There were some animals that I didn't know existed, and a few animals that I learned a ton about. They all had these really cool facts about them, and that was the Winter Weekends. Did any of you guys get to go check out the Winter Weekends? Let's see. Steeler Wayne, welcome to the chat. We still have 10 people on here. Thank you guys again for jumping on. So anybody went to the winter weekends, or did you watch the vlog of us at the winter weekends? Edutainment. Alrighty, guys. I don't see anybody chatting right now, so I'm going to continue. All right, so starting this weekend, January 28th through February 27th, we have my second favorite time at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, as well as my second favorite time at Universal Studios. I think it's my second favorite time at any theme park. The atmosphere during Mardi Gras is some of the best. They have cool food booths. They have all these cool performers going around the park, and you always have some pretty cool interactions, as well as delicious eats. Let's see. The eagles that were blind. Yeah, there is one eagle that's blind. And I learned that sometimes they put him in the aviary, because we shot a video of him in the aviary, and I was like, what is he doing in there? But apparently the blind eagle goes in there occasionally, and he likes to sit right at the top. So if you ever go in there and the aviary is empty, check up at the top of the canopy, and you might be able to see an eagle. For the cold weather, only been to the Christmas town 1 year. Yeah, it's been extremely cold this year. And yeah, I've had a hard time walking through the park in the cold. I went last evening for the DeLoreans. Was that one of the bands at the winter weekend over at Fest House? All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Mardi Gras. I'm still looking down and checking out your chats, but let's talk a little bit more about Mardi Gras and what it has to offer. We're currently reading off of their website, so if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about the events at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, make sure to check out their website. I'll link it down in the description of this video, and you'll see everything that they have from events, entertainment, and all that fun stuff. We're going to start off with entertainment. So as far as entertainment goes, we have Carnival, what is it? Imaginique. Carnival Imaginique, and that's the newest of the entertainment coming this year. As far as what is Carnival Imaginique, it looks like Carnival Imaginique is a new experience. Carnival Imaginique, an all-new Mardi Gras themed cirque spectacular in the Globe Theater. Thrilling aerobatics, artistry, and stunning acts of balance and strength are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss the new headlining performance at Busch Gardens Mardi Gras. Sounds pretty cool. It sounds almost like a kind of like a magic show. And I'm always for like the new shows. When we were there for their Christmas Town, their shows were the highlight of the event. And then as far as other shows, it looks like in total we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows. One that is brand new, which is the one that we just talked about, the Carnival Imaginique. And then we have the New Orleans Jazz Band, which is right at the entrance of the park. And it's a cool band that basically performs over by the clock tower as you enter. We got the Samba Jamboree. It looks like it's a wacky group. It's also a band, and it looks like you'll find them in France. These are all returning except for that first one. We have France Street Entertainers, which typically you'll get the Stilt Walkers. One of my friends of the channel that worked at Busch Gardens Williamsburg that was a Stilt Walker has moved on to working at Universal Studios. You know who you are, and if you're watching, shout outs to you, man. You've been doing a great job, and that's a hell of a move. All right, let's see. It looks like Awesome 80s Band. Oh, okay. I've never heard of the DeLoreans myself, April, but that's pretty awesome. Looking forward to the Mardi Gras events. Ready to try out the food and see the shows. Steeler Wayne, so am I. The food last year, or was it last year? I think it was last year. Was delicious. Actually, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Yeah. Let's see. As far as entertainment, We also have the surprise jesters, which is just jesters that are roaming the park and interact with you, throw beads and all that fun stuff. And then last of the entertainment, we have Masquerade Scavenger Hunt. Like we talked about the winter weekends, you had the scavenger hunt for the animals and then QR codes. As far as the scavenger hunt goes, I'm not too sure what it's going to be like, but it's something that's very family friendly. If you're at the park, you have kids, you want to do something that entertains them on the walk while you're going in between rides, that's the perfect idea. That way they're not, distracted or, getting bored. If you guys stop for anything, they're out and they're looking for wherever the masks are. And that's all for the entertainment at the event. Next, we have the specialty food and beverages. Now, I'm not going to go over everything because this list is extensive. I'll go over every booth or bar that they have and then maybe talk about just a few items. Let's see. They are local to 757. I'm assuming that's your area code. Over at, did you say you're at Virginia Beach? I think it was. Did you say Virginia Beach? What did you say? Yeah, you said Virginia Beach. Perfect. Let's see. Kevin, wonder if Italy will be open for Mardi Gras. Wasn't the bridge closed for repairs in your last video? Yes, the bridge was closed for repairs. And I don't know if all of Italy is going to be open. I don't know if all of the park is going to be open. One thing that I do remember last year, although they were open the whole entire year, their events were limited to select weekends only. And in those weekends, typically most of the events were like a U. You had to go like this. You couldn't do the full circle around the park, unfortunately. So I have an inkling that the whole entire park will not be open for this event. Let's see. All right, so on to specialty foods and beverages. Once again, I'm reading off the website. So as far as the specialty dining, there we go. I'm zooming in. There you go. I'm learning how to use technology. On the go, guys. All right, so as far as the places that are going to be open, I'm going to read all those off, and then we'll talk about particular items that are in each one. So we got Grogan's Grill, we got Grogan's Pub, Cafe Lulu, Trapper's Show Grill, Das Edelweiss, I hope I pronounced that right, Das Festhaus Foyer Bar, and Bayou Bar. As far as where all these are going to be, I think Grogan's obviously is Ireland. Grogan's Pub is obviously in Ireland. Cafe Lulu, I'm not too sure. Trapper's Show Grill is over in New France, I believe. And then Das Edelweiss, I'm going to assume is over in Oktoberfest, as well as Das Festhaus. Foyer Bar is over at Festhaus. Bayou Bar, I'm not too sure where Bayou Bar is going to be. But let's talk about a couple of the items that are going to be there. I just looked up at the map of Mardi Gras, and the bridge isn't showing up. Yep. And the last event that we were there for, the winter weekends, the bridge wasn't open either. The full park was not open, so you would go around and you would have to make your trek back. Okay. All right, so as far as Grogan's Grill, we got some new items for those foodies that are going to the park for Mardi Gras for the food items. I'm going for a little bit of everything, but food items are definitely a highlight of the trip. So we got 3 new items over at Grogan's Grill. We got shrimp etouffee, fried okra, and grasshopper. The grasshopper, I'm assuming, is a drink. And given that this is a specialty food and drink menu, I'm assuming there's going to be a good amount of drinks. And that's what they have at Grogan's Grill. A lot of the other stuff is just returning food that you could have had there before, like the chicken and andouille gumbo, which I believe we had the last time that we visited for Mardi Gras. And then at Grogan's Pub, looks like we got King Cake Shooters and French 75. And it looks like all the items at the Grogan's Pub are drink items, not food items. Let's see. Cafe Lulu. The only new item there is a jambalaya. These items are making me hungry, and I just ate. Let's see. Trapper's Show Grill. Looks like we got a crawfish boil, which crawfish boils are a big thing at Mardi Gras. Any Mardi Gras that I've ever been to, that's typically the go-to. Then we got blackened chicken, and then Fat Tuesday's Rum Runner. Yum. I love Fat Tuesdays. And I didn't know that Busch Gardens had a partnership with Fat Tuesdays. Whenever I go to like Orlando and I'm sitting in City Walk, that's one of the drinks that I tend to lean on just because it's hot outside and they're frozen drinks. They're delicious. Let's see. Das Arawais. We have king cake cinnamon rolls. We have mini Mardi Gras funnel cakes. And then we have Banana Foster's cheesecake. I'm a huge fan of Banana Foster. And mostly when they like light it on fire or flambe it in front of you, it tends to be delicious. Let's see. Then we move on to Des Fest House Foyer Bar. They have Cajun Bloody Marys and Magic Mimosas. Magic Mimosas sounds like the good one to me. I've never been a fan of a tomato alcohol drink. I will drink like V8, but not just like a drink with a celery stick in it. Bayou Bar. All right, so Bayou Bar looks like it's a completely new bar, and maybe it's the bar that they added right in front of Dark Castle. So all the items there are brand new. So you got crawfish dip, you have Cajun snack mix, you have Bayou margaritas, Southern spiked lemonade, King Cup daiquiris, and Big Easy mojitos. I'm from Miami, born and raised, so mojitos is what sticks out the most. But that Southern spiked lemonade doesn't sound too bad either. All right, so that basically does it for all the specialty and food. There's a huge list. I'm only reading the things that are new. So if you go on there, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. You'll probably find yourself some other items. If you didn't hear one that you liked, you'll find yourself another item that you will enjoy. And guys, I am taking my time and looking down at the chat. So if you guys want to ask a question about anything that we're talking about, make sure to drop it down in the chat. We got Nicole. Give me some beignets or king cake. I think the beignets are there. So let's see. I'll go back and just double check. Yes, they're at Cafe Lulu. And it wouldn't be a Mardi Gras event if they didn't have beignets. All right. So then they have a whole menu for restaurants and snacks. So I think this is just listing off what's going to be open. So it looks like there's a ton of places that are actually open in addition to the ones that we just said with the specialty food and beverages. As far as restaurants, we got Des Fest House, Trapper's Smokehouse, which I love their ribs, Squire's Grill, Big Ben's Funnel Cake, Annie's Cafe, Aquitaine Refreshments, Three River Snacks, German Pretzels and Beer, Brauhaus Craft Beer Room, and Roman Freeze. I don't know. All right, and from there, the Banana Foster's cheesecake sounds right up my alley. It sounds right up my alley too. That sounds delicious. I've always been a big fan of anything Bananas Foster's, like ice cream Bananas Foster's and all that fun stuff, man. All right, so we're going to move on over to the shopping. So this is basically just going over what shopping venues are going to be open, which it seems like a lot of them are going to be open. In addition to coasters and rides, we'll go over that next. There's going to be a ton of their gift shops open, which are part of this list. Oh, look who we got in the chat. We got Just Out and About, a good friend of the channel. Check out their channel as well. They do some great content over at Busch Gardens, Kings Dominion. I forget what the park in North Carolina is called. It's escaping me right now, but it's a Cedar Fair park. Also, they head out to like Universal and Dollywood. Their Dollywood content I'm super jealous of because I want to go to Dollywood so bad. I'm looking forward to Mardi Gras. Didn't make it to it last year, but hoping to this year. You know, I should really wear my glasses because reading the chat is a little difficult without them. Even though I don't wear glasses too often, I just think my eyes are a little tired, but that's okay. Let's see. All right, so as far as shopping goes, Did I miss anybody's chat? Oh, yep. Lucas Edwards, welcome to the chat. I don't think I saw you here earlier. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We still got 10 people on the chat. Thank you guys for staying consistent. Hopefully we could get some additional people on the chat. Looks like we got 11 now. Awesome. And if you guys have any friends that may be interested in this content, it would do us a great favor if you guys shared the content on your social medias and had some other people jump on. Carowinds, that's the park that I see them go to very often, and I think it's their local park for just out and about. Lucas Edwards, gotta love having Annie's Cafe open at any point of the year. Hey, yeah, you know, I don't think I've actually tried Annie's Cafe, but because you brought it up in the chat, I might just do that. Just out and about. Just got here. Sorry I missed the first few minutes. Carowinds. Gotcha. Thanks, Don. No worries, Don. I'm actually going to turn this into a video as well. I'm going to clip it all down so that anybody who's looking to get the content that we're talking about in this live stream is able to watch it in a more concise fashion without having to go through all the question answering and the chatting back and forth type of thing. All right. So as far as shopping goes, we got a ton of venues for shopping open as well. And for, you know, any type of celebration over at Busch Gardens, I always try to look out for some cool items. Actually, I found this Spirit jersey at Howl-O-Scream, and I also have some cool Howl-O-Scream shirts. So I'm always looking out for some cool items that I could wear. In the videos, you know, it always looks cool if you're wearing items from the park that you're currently vlogging. All right, so as far as shopping venues open, we have the Emporium, we have Adventures Photos, we have 123 Smile With Me, I like that name. We have Abby's Catababies Treasure Trove, we have Clyde Photos, which I think is the photos with the Clydesdales. We have Emerald Isle Gifts, La Bella's Maison, which is where you get your wine, Trapper Dave's General Store, Acadia Gift Shop, Bourbon Tasting. Ooh, bourbon tasting. German Gifts, Der Marketplatz, Festhaus Gifts, and Tempesto's Gifts. That's a lot of places. Let's see. We got Lucas Edwards, Carowinds in North Carolina / South Carolina. Lucky X Gaming, I'm back. My bad. No problem. Don't worry about it. Thanks for hopping back on. Lucas, Annie's Cafe isn't anything special menu-wise, but it is connected to Grogan's Pub and is a great place to sit indoors and enjoy the atmosphere of Ireland. You know what's funny? Actually, now that you say it, I noticed that Annie's Cafe was open the other day, and I haven't noticed that it's open frequently. When I go to the parks, I tend to see the sign, but I don't see the door open. And I know that that's where they serve Starbucks, I believe, in the park. So next time that I'm in there, I'm actually going to walk inside and check it out because I've never actually checked it out indoors. All right, so far, we've gone over Mardi Gras, we've gone over entertainment, specialty, food items, and the restaurants and snacks. We've gone over the shopping, and last but not least, we're going to go over what everybody is probably excited for, which is the rides, coasters, and kid-friendly fun. Myself, I don't have a kid yet, but down the road, when I have a kid, the kid-friendly fun is going to be very useful. So, as far as big coasters that are going to be open, I believe we only have Verbolten and Apollo's Chariot. Aside from that, it's just going to be some of the smaller rides, and more than likely, more kid-oriented rides. So let's read it off. We got Oscar's Whirly Worm, Prince Elmo's Spire, Turkish Delight, the Battering Ram, Mac Tower, Der Autobahn Jr., Aeronaut Skyride, Flutter Sputter, Bug-a-Dug, Le Catapult, Der Whirlblind, Kinder Krussel, The Little Glider, Lil Clydes, Der Rotoboren. Reading these and trying to read them like appropriately is a little bit difficult. Sesame Street, Forest of Fun, and Land of Dragons. And that is everything that they have to offer. Well, a nice quick overview of everything that they have to offer over at Busch Gardens for their Mardi Gras event that is starting this weekend. Whoever just jumped on, I can't read your name, and you said Vunrent. No idea what that means. Let's see. Just out and about. I watched your vlog from last year's Mardi Gras the other day to get an idea about how it was. Hopefully this year is even better. I assume it's going to be much better. And the events at the park are only going to be getting better because, you know, they're kind of rebuilding and they don't want to overshoot, overspend, and then not get the crowds. So I think that's why we've been getting a little bit of a smaller version of all the events that you've seen in the past because they're being cautious. And then we got Nicole D. Each year, the store in France seems to have less and less merch from or related to France. Which one? Are you talking about the one with the wine? And I'm going to take a quick sip of my drink because my mouth is getting a little dry talking so much. We got 14 people on. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to go over some of these a little bit quicker than that last one. Mardi Gras is one of my favorites, so it was a pleasure to sit and talk about the thing in full. But the next couple ones, just to stay a little bit concise with the video, I'm going to go over them a little bit quicker. All right, so the next event, I think they've been a bit short on staff. Nicole, that's smart to not lose too much money. Yeah, you know, and that's just me guessing. I really don't know, but that would be my educated guess. And Nicole, yes, the one connected to the wine store. Yeah, that store does seem to have non-fitting merchandise, but regardless, I still enjoy that store and I enjoy the wine tasting there. All right, so after Mardi Gras, starting March 4th through March 27th, we have St. Patrick's Day celebration. I believe last year was the first year of St. Patrick's Day celebration. Obviously, this one, with Ireland being in the park, they do a lot in that area. It's a good time at the park. I really do enjoy it. I love getting my green beer while I'm at the park. But I do believe this one, once again, was an event that wasn't open for the whole entire park. So you were limited on the areas that you could go. But a great event nonetheless. You had performers over in Ireland, as well as going to Grogan's and get your green beer. They also had some food items. Let's see if they... So if you click on it... All right, so they still don't have it updated, so we don't have to jump in and look. But from what I remember, they had some food items. A lot more of the rides were open consistently because the weather started to get better, as well as they had your green beer over at Grogan's. Did anybody else go to St. Patrick's Day celebration over at Busch Gardens? No? Alrighty. All right, so we're going to move on to the next event, which the next event is, my screen moved. All right, so from April 1st to April 24th, we have Sesame Street presents Kids Weekends at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Now, this is one that is going to be much more family-centric. I know that it's a lot focused in that area of Sesame Street. I've never been to one of these. I think I will go this year, and I'll bring a kid with me. So there's kids in the family. I'll bring like a niece or a nephew so that they could check it out with me, and then give me an excuse to be there instead of looking like a 6'2" weirdo without a kid walking around a kid area. But I think it's a lot of like meet and greet with like Elmo and his friends. This one also doesn't have too much description, but I believe it's one of the ones that comes every single year to the park. Oh, so April, you went to St. Patrick's Day celebration? Oh, another thing about St. Patty's Day celebration is the band. Their name escapes me right now, but they are awesome over in Ireland. And it's at the little like venue that Ireland has. Sealer Wayne. Looking forward to that, and March 25th, Pantheon. We're going to talk about that. That was announced today, and that was announced in addition to some other stuff if you're an annual pass holder, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I'm going to just go over the next couple events a little bit quicker. So the next event is another one that I will enjoy greatly because I went to it last year. If you're an annual pass holder, you would get like a free drink item every time that you went, which was Busch Gardens Food and Wine Festival. Food and wine festivals are always awesome. Wine festivals themselves are pretty awesome. And this one goes right around my birthday. So April 28th through June 12th. My birthday is actually June 13th, so this ends a day right before my birthday. They're going to have all different wines from around Virginia and around the U.S. that you could taste. And I believe also around the world because you have all the different like countries throughout Busch Gardens. So you'll have Ireland wine, France wine, all that you could try out, as well as a ton of food booths. This particular event had much more food booths than Mardi Gras or the St. Patty's Day event. It was the biggest one, and I enjoyed it greatly. Myself, Monique, and Josh went last year with Josh's son, Landon, who you've seen on the video a couple times, and we had a hell of a blast. And a lot of the rides were definitely open during this time. And during this time, it started transitioning to being a daily event instead of just a select weekend event because the weather gets much better around the April time. Looking forward to that. And you're joking? Oh, you're joking about that's smart to not lose too much money? Let's see. Okay. April, it was fun. It was a good time. Nicole D, yes. We have been twice and hopefully will go this year. All right, so after the Food and Wine Festival, starting June 17th through August 14th, we have Summer Nights at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Summer Nights is a really cool event, and if you haven't had an opportunity to experience Busch Gardens during the nighttime, this is the perfect time to go because you get to ride all the rides. It is a warmer time. Virginia does get pretty warm and pretty humid, so make sure that you dress appropriately when you're heading out. But the best part about this is typically at the end of each night, you'll get yourself a nice fireworks show, which is not something that you see very frequently at Busch Gardens. The only times that I know that they do fireworks at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is during the summer nights as well as for New Year's. But their New Year's fireworks were at like 9:30, so way too early to actually celebrate New Year's. But the summer nights is, I believe, at 10 every night. And then we got Beer Fest starting August 12th through September 5th. This is probably, all right, so we got Howl-O-Scream, Mardi Gras, Christmas Town, Food and Wine, and then Beer Fest. My fifth favorite is Beer Fest. And if you're an annual pass holder, I've talked about being an annual pass holder on my channel a few times and the benefits. One of the biggest benefits is you get free drink items and free food items depending on, what they're giving out, but you stop at the kiosk before entering and typically you're able to get yourself a decent sample of beer for the Beer Fest time. The Beer Fest event is very straightforward. The centric focus is over at Oktoberfest. They have a ton of beer options as well as shows over in Fest House. It's one of the events that I think I would highly recommend. A few that you could skip over. If you don't have kids, you have the kids weekends that you could skip over and the Spooktacular. But this one is definitely one of the must-dos in my opinion. Lucky X Games. I love seeing this while doing schoolwork. Doing some right now. Well, I'm glad that I can entertain you while you're doing your schoolwork. And good job staying focused and doing your schoolwork while doing this. Lucky X Gaming. Howl-O-Scream is pretty close. The time will go by fast. Yeah. Yep. And next, speaking of, my favorite time of the year, starting September 9th through October 31st, you have Howl-O-Scream at the park. So I'm hoping this year that they are able to add additional houses, also additional scare zones. Last year was much better than the previous year when it wasn't actually Howl-O-Scream. It was named something else that escapes me at the moment. But they did a really good job with one house, the one that was in Ireland. Oh man, one thing, guys, that you'll learn from me is that Remembering things isn't my forte. I tend to have to outline things that I'm going to say when I'm doing a video, but when I'm at the parks, it's all off the top, unscripted. But in this very moment, I'm forgetting the name of the house that was in Ireland, and maybe one of you guys could help me in the comments. But that was the best house at Howl-O-Scream. Let's see if they have any info. Nope, they don't have. Oh wait, they do. All right, so take on the terrifying haunts and thrills when Halloween or Howl-O-Scream returns in 2022. Unspeakable horror lives in every dark corner. Let's see. Howl-O-Scream. Killarney Diner. Thank you very much. Just out and about. Killarney Diner. That was the best house that I've ever seen at the event. And I've been going to the event for a few years. I haven't been going as long as Dawn has been going, 20 years. I've been going to Halloween Horror Nights probably longer than she has. But she's got me beat on Howl-O-Scream. But yes, that is my favorite time of the year. Just the ominous feel of Howl-O-Scream. I love going to Howl-O-Scream during Beer Fest, because you start to see towards the end of Beer Fest some of the construction. Last year, that was a hit on the channel, doing the construction updates, and I did them like 4 weeks straight. I was at the park, boom, boom, hammering away at construction updates, and every single week they had some new construction updates for Howl-O-Scream. So we look forward here on the channel for Howl-O-Scream to return September 9th through October 31st. Not only did we have a great time, Howl-O-Scream, the opening night of Howl-O-Scream at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, is officially the highest viewed video on the channel. So that's always pretty cool. Eddie, when is Halloween Horror Nights? Halloween Horror Nights starts in September as well. It typically starts the weekend before Busch Gardens. So they're kind of like hand in hand. Which luckily enough for me, I get to film both opening nights because of that. So this year, let's see when the first weekend of... So the first weekend of September this year is going to be September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So more than likely, I don't know that they've actually announced the dates for Halloween Horror Nights, but they may have. More than likely, that's going to be the opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. So I'll be able to do opening weekend of Halloween Horror Nights over in Orlando, as well as Howl-O-Scream. And guys, now we've made it to a point in the video, or in the live stream. It's been what? Whoa, it's been 52 minutes, so we're almost hitting an hour. But we've hit a point in the live stream, or we've hit a point in this video where basically I just want to take a quick pause from your regular viewing and ask you guys if you're enjoying this. If you've enjoyed the content, make sure to like the video, comment down below, and let me know other things that you'd like to see me do. If you give me an idea, I'll try my best to film it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to show your support. Your support goes a really long way. But that being said, let's get back to your regularly hosted programming by Edutainment himself. 228 days until Howl-O-Scream. That's nothing. We'll be there in no time. Let's see. Tim's World. Can't wait for summer nights. So done with the winter. Yeah, I'm done with the winter this year. It's been super cold. Connor, Florida. Eddie, when is Halloween? Oh, man. Connor, you got me, man. I didn't notice who asked that question. You're hilarious. He lives in Florida, and he is like HHN historian, so I'm sure he knew the answer. Connor. Nicole D, I would love to go to Halloween Horror Nights one day. Nicole, it is a very doable trip, and you can also budget very well. One thing about Orlando is it has a huge abundance of hotels. I myself am a little bit snobby, but I start to save up and pay my trip for Halloween Horror Nights well in advance, so I could stay at one of the on-site hotels. But you don't have to stay at the on-site hotels, but you can plan for it in advance and start paying it a year in advance, and that typically makes it a lot easier to manage the price of one of their on-site hotels. Definitely recommend to try one out if you haven't. But there's so many hotels in the vicinity that you could actually get a really good deal. I've stayed and gone to Universal Studios for 4 days before for like $300. So it's definitely very manageable as far as prices goes, just because of the amount of competition with the hotels. Yes, 100%. like always, Eddie Tane. Thanks, man. Steeler Wayne, always Eddie Tane. Thank you guys. Nicole D, Busch Gardens Tampa. I hope to check it out one day as well. Okay, well, I do too. I've been to Busch Gardens Tampa, but it's been a really, really long time. Yeah, see, Connor's having his fun. I didn't notice that he was the one that asked that question. It's kind of like, Connor's one of the Boo Bros, so if you guys don't know Connor FL, make sure to go check his channel out as well, which is Connor FL here on YouTube. Search him, subscribe, show him some support. One of my fellow Boo Bros, and one of the inside jokes is always ask a Halloween Horror Nights question off topic of whatever is actually being conversed or talked about. Let's see. Check the chat too, LOL. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What is Connor doing? He's clowning me on a chat that we have for the Boo Bros. All right, back to the chat. Connor. All right, Kevin. I enjoy all your videos. Ever considered covering Hershey Parks? Yeah, absolutely. One of the fellow Boo Bros here. If you guys don't know the Boo Bros, that's a channel where a bunch of collaborators that do haunt and travel related type of videos, we've come together and made a channel with different content creators, so you could get a nice variety. It's myself. I'm not even going to attempt to say everybody's name because I'm going to forget somebody's name, but one of them is Michael from Howled Thrills, and he lives up that way. He frequents Hershey Park, and one of these days I have to make a trip to go visit him and check out Hershey Park. I've seen some of their holiday events, and they seem extremely cool, but I just want to check out the park in general. Mom Zillanova. Honestly, there are tons of property hotels. Property hotels. If you are on a tight budget, there is so much competition that most of them are perfectly nice, and you can find amazing deals. Yeah. Again, to the point that I was saying, the competition over there is so high that you could find yourself a really good deal for a hotel. Now, back to the content that we were talking about, which is Busch Gardens Williamsburg and their 2022 season, their events. We're about to get to the announcements of today as far as the new ride coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. But let's just jump over a couple of last events. So September 24th through October 30th. So this kind of goes on in subsequently to Howl-O-Scream, but it's kind of a daytime event for the kids. You have the Count Spooktacular, which is a great time for the family, and if you have little ones, you could take them to the park to enjoy and kind of break them into the Halloween spirit without scaring their head off at Howl-O-Scream. And then hopefully eventually after a few years of the Spooktacular, they can make their way on over into Howl-O-Scream. I know my kid will be at Howl-O-Scream as soon as he possibly can, but I will kind of taper him into the event so I don't scare him and scar him for the rest of his life. But yeah, that is the Spooktacular. And from the Spooktacular, so once the Spooktacular and Howl-O-Scream end, we move on to their last event of the year, which is November 11th through January 1st of 2023. And that event is celebrating the Christmas Town at Busch Gardens. This is an event that I've frequented now, and you know, it's kind of hard not to say that it's my second favorite, but I do like Mardi Gras, I think, a little bit more just because I like the atmosphere. But Busch Gardens Christmas Town is one of their best events. You get to meet Santa, you get to meet the reindeer. Sorry, I just hit the mic if it made a noise. You get to explore the whole entire park, and the atmosphere changes completely. That's one of the great things about going to the parks from one event to another, and when they're so closely like back to back, because you have Howl-O-Scream, and then just a few weeks later, Christmas Town. So like literally October 31st, November 11th, Christmas Town opens, and the park has been completely reimagined. Of course, you got to keep going to the park. When you go like opening weekend, if you don't return again, you might get the least, or the most downsized version of the event, because the event only gets better as the event goes on. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Chat, we got Just Out and About. You need to give Busch Gardens Tampa Howl-O-Scream a try. I definitely do. I do. I've only been to Busch Gardens Tampa when I lived in Florida for the regular park. Never went for their Howl Scream event. Alrighty, guys. So that is all as far as the holiday events that are coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg this year. But today we had a crazy cool announcement. Something that we've all been waiting for. Actually, SeaWorld Parks, which is what owns Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, and Busch Gardens Tampa, they finally made an announcement, but they've made a lot of announcements of different rides that are opening this year. This is going to be like the SeaWorld year. But today we finally got the announcement of the grand opening for our favorite ride that has yet to open, which is Pantheon. We're going to meet all the gods. We're going to get to experience that cool, crazy top hat. And I honestly think that this is going to have a similar feel to the Velocicoaster over at Islands of Adventure in Orlando, which is currently my favorite roller coaster to date. Pantheon will be opening March 25th, officially to the general public. But the next announcement is, if you didn't know this, if you're a pass holder, I'm sure you already knew this. At the end of the year, I think it was from like September to December, Busch Gardens let all pass holders know that if they had 3 visits to the park within that time, they would automatically be entered for a potential to get a slot at a VIP event or a VIP party for the early opening of Pantheon. I myself am an annual pass holder, a huge advocate of having that annual pass, and was lucky enough today, after the announcement of March 25th being the opening of Pantheon, was able to get that email. That email went out. I don't know if it went out to everybody, but I was able to get a slot, a very, very early slot for the early rides of Pantheon. I'll be there on March 18th, which is a Friday, and I think a whole week ahead of when Pantheon will actually be opening. So I'm extremely excited. Let me know in the chat. Are any of you guys pass holders? Did any of you guys get the opportunity to actually get your early private party access? And are you excited for the grand opening on the 25th? This is a big thing. I mean, this ride is going to be massive for Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Kevin, Christmastown is my favorite. It's a magical place. It really is. It's awesome. Going inside of Dark Castle, a very scary, like haunted ride of what it used to be. And by the way, that's another thing. There is a lot of rumors of a dark ride coming to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, replacing Dark Castle. It would be awesome if they just reutilized the Dark Castle building and rethemed it to whatever the new ride will be. All right, Steeler Wayne. Last year was my first ever Christmastown experience. It was so magical. If they bring it back, the different flavors of hot chocolate. Oh my God, yes, that hot chocolate was amazing. Monique loved that hot chocolate. And for those of you guys who haven't watched all my videos, or not all my videos, but a lot of my videos, Monique is my fiance, and she's in the videos with me. Lucky X Gaming, let's go! I hope that was for Pantheon. And congrats. I'm assuming you're giving me congratulations for getting my VIP party ticket. And then Brittany Phillips, yes, we did. So Brittany, you were able to get your ticket? Just out and about. I got mine for the 19th. Are you going earlier in the month to ride as well? I mean, they haven't reached out to me to tell me that I can go earlier in the month, but that would be awesome. April, I did indeed. Awesome, April. Congrats. That was something I've been waiting for a while, and I was so worried that I was going to miss it. Is there a limited time on how many times you could visit with the season pass? Kevin, I think it's all depending on which ones you get, but the pass that I have, no, there isn't a limit, and all of the special events are included. And also one of the crazy cool things that Busch Gardens does is they have pass holder nights. So the park will be completely closed and only pass holders will be in there. So those are some of the best times to go visit the park and enjoy it without crowds. And one thing that they stopped doing, but hopefully they do bring back, is you were always You always had a pass holder night before these events actually came to the general public. You could ride the first weekend in March with your pass, but it's just not the VIP party for you. You will get a voucher for one ride. Oh, really? How do I get that voucher, Don? I need to do that. And you know, one of the smartest thing that they did over at Universal Islands of Adventure was they were previewing the ride early and were able to like iron out all the kinks before the grand opening. That ride went so smooth, and that ride pumps out riders so quickly. And I think Pantheon, if they added a little bit more theming, would truly be a huge competitor to the Velocicoaster. The one thing the Velocicoaster has is the great theming that Universal has added to it. Rudy's World. I might go to Mushrooms for Mardi Gras. Are you going there to Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras? I might go to Mushrooms. I'm not sure exactly what you meant there, Rudy. Hunter Castle Blurry. Hey, everyone. Hey, how's it going, Hunter? Steeler Wayne, I did get the email saying that I was eligible. Just playing the waiting game. Fingers crossed. Oh, sign up as quick as you possibly can as you get that email. Hopefully, you still have an opportunity to jump on. Rudy's World. Are you going to be at Mardi Gras? Yes, Rudy. I'm going to be at Mardi Gras. Hopefully, we'll frequent Mardi Gras more than once. April Bauer. Platinum Day in March is March 4th. Do you have to have a Platinum Pass? Interesting. See, being that I do this for a YouTube channel, I should know a lot more than I do. Membership, let's see. Tickets and fun cards. So we got, what is this? Unlimited, basic. I forget which one I have. I think I have premium. So if I don't have platinum, I may need to upgrade. Past members can ride the first 2 weeks. Okay. Don, I appreciate you making me aware of that, and I might just see you out there. Are you going to be out there for the first 2 weeks? Friday, March 4th is only platinum. The other days are any pass. Sorry, I might have to upgrade to platinum because I want to get as many rides as early as possible. When does March? It's a Friday. Okay. Interesting. How long have we been on? All right, so we've been on for an hour and 8 minutes. I really do appreciate all you guys getting on. We were able to talk about all the special events coming to the 2022 season of Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We also talked and finished off the video with talking about the Pantheon grand opening on March 25th, as well as the VIP party for pass holders, which is going to be the 18th, 19th, and 20th, depending on which day you're able to grab. I was able to grab the 18th, so I'll be there the first night of the VIP party. And it sounds like from one of our friends here on the channel, just out and about, we're also going to have a chance to ride it in the first 2 weeks of March. As a pass holder, you're going to get some early rides. That's pretty darn awesome. I look forward to checking those out. Guys, thank you so much for jumping on and checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it greatly. I'll see you guys on the next one, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been edutained? And I'll still be on for a few more moments. I'm sure you guys were like, what's happening? He's like on point with his like video ending, and this is a live stream. But I am going to be converting this live stream to a video, but not as long as obviously an hour. I'm going to clip all the like real important points of topic and then squish it down to a regular, just sit down talking head video. So if you guys want to check back anything that you may have missed, I know a couple of you jumped on a little bit later. This will be edited and posted either tomorrow or Wednesday. And also, while I have you guys on here, there's 14 of you on here. I want to let you know that we also do have a poll going on right now in the community page or the community tab for Edutainment. Make sure to go check it out. It basically is an opportunity for you guys to dictate what video I do next for this week. So there's an opportunity to do a Busch Gardens video, a Kings Dominions video, or a Universal Studios video. I didn't say what the topic is exactly, so you could comment that down below after choosing one in the poll. Right now, we have Kings Dominion leading, so it looks like we're going to be doing a Kings Dominion video, but if you're a fan more of or want to hear a little bit more about Busch Gardens or Universal Studios just because you haven't heard as much, make sure to take that poll. I might go to Busch Gardens again and again for the event at Mardi Gras. I might go several times myself, Rudy. I love that event. Kevin, thanks, Eddie. Take care, everyone. Kevin, thanks so much for jumping on, man. I appreciate you. April Bowers, have a great night. Rudy, thumbs up. Hope to see you at Busch Gardens sometime soon. Make sure to say hi. I love running into you guys and would love to take a picture with you guys as well. So I don't typically ask just because, just like you guys, I get nervous when people come and say hi, but it also is a huge compliment. So I love when you guys do it. But if you guys wanted to take a picture, I've had a couple people do that, and that's always really cool if you guys tag me on Instagram. Guys, thank you so much for all of you that jumped on. 14 concurrent viewers. That is awesome. Where do you find the poll? April, if you go to my channel, you're going to see at the top, there's going to be a tab that says community page or community tab. Let me see if I could show you. So it's going to be a little bit different if you're doing it on your computer. But if you're doing it on your phone, you'll see right at the top there, it'll say community. You click on there and you'll be able to see the poll, which is the first one right now. And still, Kings Dominion is still winning with 49%. You saw Clint Novak, Rudy? Rudy's World. I can't say that I've actually seen one of your videos, but I'll check you out right now, Rudy. Rudy's World. Let me see. I may have seen one of your videos. Is this you? Is your channel name Rudy's World? Nice. I'll subscribe right now. Bam, and I'll hit that little bell icon too. I appreciate the support. I'll check out some of your videos. So, Rudy, funny enough, my first channel ever, I see that you have some car videos here. Muscle cars and whatnot. My first ever channel was all about cars. I have a E46 M3, which I did like the 5 things I love and the 5 things I hate about my E46 M3. No, this isn't your channel? No, yes. Yes, no, yes. Okay. I'm not too sure what you're meaning there, Rudy, but feel free to follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM, and I'll make sure to check out your channel. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. An hour and 14 minutes, and we had 14 viewers. That is spectacular. I appreciate you guys. You have a good night, and don't forget to ask yourself, have you been edutained? trying to turn this off.